I think, I think that I'm live. Yeah, yep. Live on YouTube, live on Facebook. There we go. What's up, everybody? Some guy who cooks here with a live episode. It is Saturday, after all. First thing I want to do, I want to apologize because I only got one episode out this week. I was going to get a second, obviously, but I ran into some trouble. Literally ran into some trouble. My car smacked into a deer 2 nights ago when I was going to edit my video for yesterday. So, needless to say, I've been dealing with, insurance and stuff like that. And, well, I got that bastard deer. So, it won't be getting back up anytime soon. Near future, we're making venison. No, I didn't actually go salvage it. But anyway, yes. Kay, thank you for saying you're glad I'm safe and still looking good. That's right. Anyway, and hi, Crystal, to you as well. Yeah, I did. I hit Bambi's mom. I'm kind of sorry for it. Honestly, she ran into me. It's more of a suicide than anything. And so I'm a little peeved that she chose my car and it got messed up. And it's going to be in the shop for like a couple weeks. So, yeah. Gotta bring the good food. Yeah, the good food is coming. So, on to that. Here's what we're making tonight, guys. I'm making stuffing. You might know it as dressing, but in my family, we call it stuffing. It's that dish made with a ton of bread and like broth and stuff like that. Super good. Do I know how traumatizing that movie was? I'm sure it was very traumatizing. I didn't see it until like later in life, actually. It took me a long time to see Bambi. And not because I was kept from seeing or anything like that. I just didn't see it. So anyway, like I said, we're making stuffing tonight. Now, earlier tonight, I made a rotisserie chicken. It was awesome. And one of the things you got to make sure you do when you make something like that is keep a drip tray so that you can collect the rendered fat. This is what we're going to use instead of butter or oil for cooking our veggies and stuff. And it may not be good for you, but since when was Thanksgiving good for you, right? Let's be real here, okay? Anyway, no, Crystal, I did not keep the carcass. Someone else got it, though, I think, because the next morning it was gone. Yeah, it got thrown like across the street. What up, Grey Wolf? How's it going? Yeah, so hey, we're getting a good amount of people jumping in here tonight, and that's awesome, and I'm appreciative of each and every one of you. Now, getting back to it. Here's what I use for my stuffing, okay? A number of things. Whoops. No, I don't want to turn you on just yet. Use a number of things. One of those being bacon, okay? We're going to use some bacon. We're going to cook a pound of bacon here and get it nice and crispy. It's going to be delicious. And that's the other fat we're going to be using, okay? And sorry, I'm just notifying one of my other fans that I'm going live now for some guy who cooks. Yeah, guys, please make sure you tell your friends this is going on. Send them the link so they can see it. Crystal, I see you're in. Huzzah! Because we want everyone to be able to jump in. So, woo! Wasted chicken broth. Anyway, guys, so yeah, we're going to start with bacon here and all sorts of stuff, okay? I got myself a nice big bag of croutons to use. It's basically just stale bread is what you use to make stuffing. You can get flavored ones or you can get, well, these appear to be just sort of day-old baked bits of bread. So this is what we're going to use tonight. As I said, though, there's also going to be bacon. I'm going to slice up and dice up some apples, plus some onion. Going to be using some garlic, some raisins, some cranberries, some ground sausage, all sorts of awesome stuff. And we're going to season up real nice. Keep the bones roasting through it and stuff. Oh, yeah, Crystal. Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. No, I didn't do any wasting on chicken broth. Trust me. I use everything. Okay? I use everything. But it's so good as a rotisserie. But yeah, so I want to get started on this bacon though. This is going to take a little while to get going, so we want to get it good and started. So here we go. I'm going to turn on our hot plate. You can't see it right now. I'll show you in a minute though. Cutting open bacon time. Thinking of some words to rhyme. Hey, that worked. Slurp-a-derp. All right. So it's heating up. Might as well pour a little bit of our rendered chicken fat in now, even though there's plenty of bacon fat. But grease the pan a bit so the bacon doesn't stick, you know? That stuff, oh, it's real good. It's real good. And we just want to get all of it in there. You should use a spatula, not your thumb like I am. But, you know, whatever. Do as I say, not as I do. Anyway, got that chicken fat in there. It's heating up, I think. Yes, it is. And whole pound of bacon here. Oh, heckle and run. Oh, Gristle, you got to go. That's okay. You can come back and watch the rest later and leave plenty of heckling comments when you come back. But you guys, like I said, make sure you like and comment and share it with your friends and all that jazz. We want to get people in here to enjoy the fun. And if you got any questions, ask them. I am here to answer. Usually you can snip this bacon up into bits, or you can just cook it whole. You know what? I've laid down a few pieces, but I'm going to pick them back up. We're going to snip it into bits and cook it as bits to start, okay? They're dripping with chicken fat now, but that's okay. I've got the kitchen shears here, and that's one of the great things, or one of the things they are great for, is cutting through bacon. Look at that. Right on through. Snipping right on through. Getting it right into this pan. And I will be cooking bits instead of cooking whole strips and having to break them up later. And we can just stir it around. Yeah, this is going to be good. Specific brand of bacon I prefer. I do not brand of bacon I prefer. I happened to get Jimmy Dean because it was on sale for $3 a pound today. This is hickory smoked Jimmy Dean, usually $9 a pound. And Winn-Dixie has a great sale right now. So, and it's because they have a grand opening here in town. So yeah, this is a good bacon. Usually, I'll just get the cheap stuff at Walmart, Walt brand, because, you know, it's not the best bacon, but it's good still. It does the trick, and it's cheaper than all the others all the time, unless you have a great sale like this. So, bacon, I would say bacon is bacon. Obviously, some bacons are a little better than others, and the best bacon is the bacon you make yourself. And I'll have to do that for you guys sometime. Because it's really not that hard. And it is so good. And I am still snipping this here, but you can hear it starting to, you know, sizzle up in this pan. And it's a glorious sound. Let's see here. Hi. Hello, Amber. Huzzah! Sales are always good. Never had Jimmy Dean bacon. Getting taco salad. Miss the notification. Bar S is not the same, Mr. Brett. Hey, there's some guy who cooked stuffing, the best part of Thanksgiving. That's right, In the Kitchen with Karen. It's up there for sure. Glad to have you here watching. Now, Karen, being another cooking show, I am happy to give you a shout out. Check out In the Kitchen with Karen sometime, guys. Karen, I want to ask you, what exactly do you like to put in your stuffing? Now, I've already told everybody what I put in mine. Right now, I'm working on this bacon. I'm chopping it up. I'm going to add, right after the bacon, some ground sausage. And then I'm going to chop up an apple, drop in some cranberries, some raisins, some onion. And, yeah, it's going to be darn good. Okay. Bacon is all snipped. Snip, snip. Fresh herbs or dry. Let's see. They have Jimmy D and Ken. I don't pay attention because I have this treat. Fair enough. Made a video and posted it. Half cornbread, half sourdough, along with pecans and dried cranberries. That sounds delightful, Karen. And what's up, Chris? I see you have joined. Glad to see you're here. You made it in time. Right now, the bacon is cooking. I'm going to get a wooden spoon. No wooden spoon there. Oh, I got one here, though. Because we want this bacon all cooked and mixed up and be wonderful. It smells great, even though it hasn't even gotten to the point of being cooked yet. So for those of you just jumping in, if you missed it, currently I have bacon cooking in rendered chicken fat. No wire hangers. Not as far as I know. I don't need this cheese yet. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, I need more of it. Use one for now. Really? Go through the work of making homemade stuffing. Definitely go with the fresh herbs. That's a fair point, Karen. Oh, gotcha. Here's the sausage. Here's the sausage, everyone. There we go. Bloop! Ha-ha! I got a ploop in here. And I didn't miss. Sorry, guys. Oh, my. I see Gene has joined us. Hello, Gene. Huzzah. Oh, gosh. My hands are just covered in sausage, everybody. Ah. Good thing I got a sink nearby. Just a reminder, everyone, if you're having a good time, make sure you invite some other people to jump in and have a good time as well. If you're for the first time, you haven't seen any of my other episodes, make sure you hit subscribe and you can check out some other episodes later. You'll also get a notification every time I post a new video, as long as you hit that little bell. So we got our bacon going. We got our sausage going. And, well, you know, it smells wonderful here, just going to say. Talking about fresh herbs. Now, I'm going to use some dried herbs, but here's the thing about the dried herbs. They are actually fresh from my garden, and I dried them with a food dehydrator and blitzed them together into a fine powder that is really good, actually. Super yummy, delicious, and it works great. So it is fresh herb powder, and that's what I'm going to use. I would go out to my garden for more herbs, tonight, but I don't know. I mean, I'm cooking live for you guys, and that would require me to leave for a few minutes, and So, meat's going, guys. Well, it is. You know what? I'll tilt you down a bit so you can see it. You can also see I'm going to start chopping these apples and onions. Well, I'm going to do one apple. Okay, one apple. The reason I'm doing one apple is because I'm not doing a double dose of stuffing tonight. I was planning on an originally, but I decided against it because, go find out later. So, if you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. I'm right here, and I'm looking as you comment so I can answer your questions and stuff. I see I got more people on Facebook. Jake, life is better when you sing it. Darn right, brother. Good to see you. It's been forever. I hope you're well. How you doing, buddy? And a huzzah to you. And Caleb, you got a lot more mileage out of your scissors than fair enough, bud. Fair enough. You just got to find more uses for them, right? And Chris, in regard to your meat going, settle down. Settle down. Unless you're actually cooking. In which case, sweet. What kind of meat? And here we go with this onion. Not working with a ton of space here, so I'm going to give it a few dices and then drop the pieces in. A few at a time. Don't worry, my counter is clean. Ooh, but my floor is not. That piece that just went on the floor is, I guess it's lost forever, guys. We will sing its praises and sweet songs of battle about sacrifice. Onions the world over will know its name, Jerry. I wish you could smell this, you guys. What do you think? Did I get the most out of this onion? All right, something to back up here. So let's see. Wish I had a way to send you farm fresh sausage. Garlic parmesan. Ooh, That sounds amazing, Amber. If you got access to dry ice, you can. Karen, you friended me on Facebook. Fantastic. I will add you. Post on Facebook. How do you prevent an onion from making you cry? Okay, that's a great question, okay? Great question. How do you prevent any onion from making you cry? One of the best ways to do it, leave the stem on, okay? Don't cut the stem off. Get everything off the stem, but do not cut it off. That's one of the things that contributes to those fumes that make you cry. So if you can help it, do not cut off that stem. It'll still produce some of those fumes, but not nearly as many. One other thing I've heard is wearing goggles. You can wear goggles as long as you haven't started cutting the onion yet. Put on some goggles and it'll prevent those fumes from getting to your eyes. You'll look goofy, but you won't cry. So great question. You're outside my door. Oh, that's not scary. Make the onion cry first. Another good tip, Karen. I have not tried putting it in the freezer for an hour before I chop it. 1 second roll most of the time. Where do you get dry ice? Amber, to get dry ice, there are a lot of stores that actually carry it. I don't think you have Publix, do you? Publix definitely carries it. Go to one of your local supermarkets and ask them if they have it. You may be able to find it. If not, oh well. No worries. Maybe I'll just have to ask for your friend's recipe and get some farm fresh pig here and make my own sausage. Add more onion to the mix, guys. Chewing gum helps you have some watering or pouring it again, running it under cold water. I haven't heard those two. But hey, anything's worth a shot, right? And some onions are more prone to making you cry than others. This right here is a sweet white onion, so you're not going to run into that issue so much. Yellow onions, woo! Vidalia onions are great, but yellow onions, red onions, those are tough suckers. We're just going to chop. Boop. Fast. Green onions. I got a bunch of green onions in the fridge, actually. And what I'm going to be using those for is making a scallion cream cheese, and that's going to be for my turkey bomb. That's coming up this week, guys. I am making turkey for the whole month of Thanksgiving, okay? I am making turkey, and I'm making my signature turkey bomb. In case you've never heard of it, well, I guess you got something to look forward to. It is a nice little creation of mine that, let me just put it this way, I've never had leftovers. I have never had leftovers whenever I've made a turkey bomb. It goes so fast. Part of that is because I use a turkey breast, but even so, it's impressive, okay? All right, I'm almost done with this onion here. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I did pretty good here. There's no onion left. Oh, Christopher. Yeah, I would have to use a word other than bomb if I were trying to transport it on an airplane. That's very true. Very true. What do you mean pay no attention to you, Amber? I like you to think I don't see you while you watch. But you know. You know. So I have an admission. I didn't wait for the bacon to get crispy before I put in all this other stuff, as you guys could see. So chances are it may not get crispy, but it's a good meaty bacon, so it's still going to provide a really good flavor, and you know, whatever. It'll be delicious. Hijack soup. Wow. All right. Getting to these apples. So I'm just going to quarter them like this first, so it makes it a little easier to get our core out. And what I'm doing for the core, cut a little bit off that stem, then a little bit of a diagonal cut and pop it right out like that. So look at that, perfect. And I'll do it again. We got a little bit of stem here. Just going to go into it here. And as we get to the core, just turn the knife, push it down diagonal like that, and then work from the other side here too. A little bit of that stem, turn, push it down, and now pop it up. And you just pull off that piece of stem, or core, just like that. Super simple, guys. Snow globe and Chris, we never released that one to the public. Snow globing, blowholing. I know there were a couple more, weren't there? Please don't tell me you forgot about blowholing. Ah, yes, that one. Yeah, we had a lot. We'll have to revisit those sometime. So, got our apple cores here, and we're going to throw them right into the stuffing. Let's see. Chris, we had several of those. Okay, several. One day I'll hold a 3 a.m. concert. Chris, do you remember Whole of Glory? That was a great song. Glory was his goal. Maybe there was glory in this hole. Sorry, guys, that's inappropriate. In the apple goes. Yeah, I remember that one, Chris. Now, you came up with the title for that one. I wrote the lyrics, if I recall. Hey, Mom, I see you just jumped in. Welcome to the video. Huzzah! So you can use any apple you like. Actually, a Granny Smith would probably be amazing, but I picked up Red Delicious just because it was cheap. And it'll still be good. Naturally, the meat is pretty all well cooked here. The bacon's a little oinky, but that's because it's been cooking in a way to make it tender as opposed to a way that makes it crispy. If you like crispy bacon, make sure you cook it all ahead of time, not in chicken fat, and drain it before you add in the other stuff. And leave the bacon on the side if you want it to be crispy. So yeah, nice little secret there. And yes, Amber, we wrote a lot of interesting tunes. If you're a fan of Leonard Skinner, it was one we did. Instead of "Gimme 3 Steps," it was "Gimme 3 Tugs." It was a fun song. And then there's that song, "You're 16, You're Beautiful, You're Mine." I wrote "She's 18, She's Legal, It's Fine." Gosh, we are really diving into a period of my life I haven't visited in quite some time. See, even my mom says it was catchy. Okay, guys. We got a lot of our stuff in here. Oh, still need to add the raisins. A reunion show. Not a bad idea. Just got a packet of raisins here. Yeah, loop them on in there. Come on, raisins. Crystal. Wouldn't you like to know? You have to go back and watch later. Sorry, guys. Real quick. I ain't turned this light on. Woo! It's a lot brighter now, isn't it? You had to drive. It's all good. I still like steel pacifier, Chris. Still like it. And finally, we need some cranberries. Now, guys, this is smelling real good, okay? I'm gonna add some more cranberries and then point that computer screen down for you guys to see. Add all the cranberries, why not? I do remember the California raisins. There you go, guys. Get a look at that. You can see we got all this good stuff here, okay? Now, you know this hot plate. You've seen some guy who cooks. You know it's not the quickest thing for cooking all this stuff. So I'm going to put a lid on it to, make it go a little quicker. Okay, I'm going to grab some seasonings. Okay, here we go. We've got salt. We've got accent. We've got tarragon, black pepper, and some fresh homemade seasonings. Now, this is a combination of rosemary and oregano that I dried in a food dehydrator, then blitzed in a processor to turn into a fine powder. Super good. Still keeps all of its aromatics. It's sealed tight. And oh my gosh, yeah, it's fresh. So it's freshly made. Before I get to adding those, however, I forgot something. And I don't know how I forgot it, because it's one of the most important ingredients, not just in this, but in the world, okay? It's fresh garlic. How did I forget the garlic? It's okay. It's not too late because it's still cooking. So we're good. I'm just going to start peeling this here, guys. And I'm going to grab some of the bigger cloves here. I'm going to use about half a head, okay? And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to use some of these bigger cloves here because they're a little quicker to work with for the show. I'm going to be making more of this stuffing stuff later. So I'm going to save half the head for that point in time. So here we go. We got a half a head here. And in the meantime, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nice big cloves of garlic. Yeah. I love this stuff. I love it. Okay, so in case you don't know how to peel garlic, which I'm sure you do, oh, black garlic, not a bad idea, Amber. I do have plenty of black garlic. Yeah, Crystal, pre-chopped garlic is a wonderful thing. However, I do think there's a little bit of a difference in flavor between that and the fresh stuff. I love the fresh stuff when I can use it and I have the time, because I'm not recording a video and it's going to take longer anyway. I don't mind taking the time with this stuff. Pre-peeled, also nice. It's a luxury. But I'm choosing just to do it myself. Now, I'll point you down. We'll see if you can see it. Maybe, maybe not. I'll bring here we go, right to the edge here so you can see. So here's what I like to do. You take your clove here, cut off the bottom, and sometimes you can actually peel it like that, but usually what you'll want to do is to set your knife on top and just give it a good smack or two. That crushes it and releases so much flavor from the garlic. But look at that. You can just take that peel right from the tippy top here and pull it right off, and it's gonzo, okay? Gone. Now, like I said, this garlic is already pretty well smashed, and that releases so much flavor, but you still want to give it 1 or 2 little chops. So now we got some fresh minced garlic. Easy as that. It almost looks like the stuff that you buy pre-minced, right? Look at that. I know it's pretty bright, so it's a little tough to see. Maybe I have a few too many lights on in here, huh? But that's it, guys. Easy stuff. Yeah, Mom, I actually still buy those because I still use a ton of garlic. But yeah, chop the ends off of all these heads. Just chop the tips right off. And hey, by the way, you guys, oh, and you can't see it, but actually chopping the tips off tends to peel off a lot of the skin anyway. And Chris, no, it's not on my phone or my D600. It's actually, it's my computer. It's my laptop. It's the laptop camera. But yeah, a lot of the skin tends to come off when you chop that tip off anyway. But regardless, you still want to give them a little slap so you can crush them and release a lot of that flavor. You can hear that sizzle, I'm sure. You have to hear it. Oh, no, okay, we are not working on an onion. We are working on garlic. We already did the onion. Oop. Just slipped right out. I'm going to keep giving these shameless self-plugs. If you're having a good time, make sure you share this with your friends so they jump in and watch too, so they can comment as well. I'm happy to talk to everybody, answer anybody's questions. And also, you know, I'm selfish and I want more subscribers and views and stuff. Nerds, any tip for dealing with the onion smells? The smell of the onion? Oh my. Overpower it with other onions. Or not onions, with other ingredients. Actually, the onion should mellow out when you cook it. It's going to be a strong smell while it's raw, but when you cook it, that'll mellow out a lot, and you shouldn't have to deal with it so much after that. So we've got all this crushed garlic. Time to mince it. And we're just mincing it roughly here because I don't mind larger pieces of garlic in my food. In fact, I quite enjoy it. And because we crush it, all that flavor is going to come out into the dish anyway. In a second here, I'm going to switch back to Facebook so I can see if we have more comments there. First, time to throw more garlic into the pot. Ooh, that's hot, but you can see that steam. Oh my goodness, does that smell amazing? All right, no new comments on Facebook. Just a couple more cloves to chop here and we'll be good to go. All right. Now, stuffing, guys, is one of the big ones. I got a couple more big ones coming up this week, though. One of them, obviously, turkey. The other one, gravy. You need to see how to make turkey and you need to see how to make gravy because, honestly, those are probably the two biggest things to know how to make on Thanksgiving. You can't have a Thanksgiving dinner without turkey, okay? You just can't. It's not an option. Sure, you can have roast beef, but you have to have turkey too. Sure, you can have ham, but you have to have turkey too. The turkey is the must, guys. It is the one thing you cannot have, you cannot go without on Thanksgiving. That's all there is to it. Now, we've got our garlic in here, all of it. This stuff has been sizzling. I'm going to point you down at it again. You can see all that garlic, and all that goodness, all these goodies, all this stuff is just blending and melding so delightfully. These apples are starting to caramelize. The onions are becoming transparent. All these flavors coming together, melding together in just such a wonderful, wonderful way. Now, I'd like to have a little bit of a maple flavor here too, just a little bit. And I can't remember if I have any maple syrup. I don't think I do. No, I don't have any maple syrup, but I do have brown sugar. So I'm going to add the tiniest bit of brown sugar, okay, guys? Oh, hang on. There we go. Just a little bit, because I don't want it to be too sweet, but I want to get some of that mapley flavor in there. It's not maple, I know, but it's got a similar profile. So there we go. A little bit of brown sugar. And just stir that all right around. Now, all this is pretty well cooked, which means it's time to start adding our seasonings. Now, right here, you see I've got that fresh dried rosemary and oregano I mentioned. We're just going to get a nice sprinkling of that all throughout here. Don't be light-handed on it either. Now, the seasonings for this are pretty light, guys. They're pretty simple, guys. Got some black pepper. Next up, I'm also going to add some tarragon. Just a touch of that. Then we got our salt. You don't need a ton of salt because you got bacon in here. And it's not low sodium. You also got the sausage, and that's not low sodium either. And now a little bit of accent. Let's give this a good stir, okay? You can eyeball it. Don't be afraid to eyeball it if you've been cooking for a bit. Even if you haven't. I think, even if this is your first time ever making this stuff, eyeball it. Try it. You're never going to get there until you do. So, personally, I mean, I like eyeballing it because you taste it as you go. You see what tastes perfect. You don't think, oh, the recipe only says this much, so I better not add any more. Well, forget recipes. Recipes are great for showing you what a dish is supposed to be like. But really, when you want to make it your own, you eyeball the seasonings and stuff, okay? So, oh yeah, this stuff smells amazing. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing with your friends, and please, just keep asking questions, guys. I'm here for that. All right. Here we go. You had Wellington one year. I made Wellington one year. No, I did that for Christmas, not for Thanksgiving. Wellington is great. Yeah, okay. Guys, it's time to start adding our croutons. So let's go ahead and get this twist tie off of here. Yeah, just pour them in, okay? We'll start a few at a time. And we're just going to start mixing these with everything in here. It's okay if they break a bit because, they're not going to completely keep their form. Or maybe they will. Either way, it's going to be great. Okay, there's way more meat mixture than bread. Perfect. That's exactly how we want it. I'm kidding, guys. Keep it coming. We're mixing it a little bit at a time so it's easier to, coat these with all this meaty goodness and all the fats that are in the bottom of this pan. And, oh, yeah. It is smelling amazing. Savory. You're getting a little bit of the sourdough, a little bit of the tart smell from that sourdough. That's part of what's in this bread, is sourdough. These croutons are going to be perfect. They're getting a little bit of bend to them. They're not quite as crispy anymore because, well, they're being added to, wet stuff. But anyway, here we go. They're going. Mixing in, and as they mix in, we can add some more. and I'll point this down at you guys. Oh, goodness gracious. We still got a ways to go, though. Because guess what? We got another step after we've added all our bread. Now, my family, we usually had more of a mushy kind of stuffing. That's kind of how my older brother loved it. He was kind of the big pusher behind that, and we were all, the rest of us kind of like, okay, sure, why not? We didn't mind one way or the other. So that's why we're going to, after we mix in all the bread into this meat mixture, we're also going to add some stock. Usually you'd want to use turkey stock. I don't have anything right now, but I do have fresh chicken stock that I made from the bones of that rotisserie chicken I talked about earlier. I got a whole chicken. I, cut out the spine and all the other little bits and stuff, and that's what I used to make the stock. So we got just a little bit more bread. Here it comes. And you can get all the little crumbs in there too. And just mix it around real good. All that flavor from the meats and the seasonings and the cranberries and the raisins and the apples, the onion, that fresh garlic, all that kind of rendered into the fats in the bottom of the pan, and that's what's soaking up into this bread, leaving us with something quite spectacular. Now, if you like a drier stuffing or dressing, this is pretty much where you will stop. You have this, you'll get it all mixed up nice and even and well, and then you'll take it and you'll bake it for a little while, and you'll be good to go. But, like I said, we're going to make one that's not quite as dry, and that's why I've got that chicken stock we're going to add. Okay? So, here we go. Mixing it up. Keep those comments and questions coming in, guys. This is a great looking stuffing so far. And let's see here. Yes, the herbs were from my garden. And Mom, the croutons, I actually got them at Walmart. Yeah, they're like $1, $2 for a nice big bag of them. And they're from the bakery there. They're actually really nice. I'm going to give one of them a taste real quick. That's good. All right, Chris, good night. Thanks for joining in, man. It was good to have you here. Glad to see you. Thanks for adding the comments. But anyway, guys, let's grab some of that chicken stock, okay? Got a bowl here. I got to find my ladle. Uh-oh. Yep. I got to clean my ladle. Always a pleasure with you as well. So, that stuff's going to keep going for a minute while I clean my ladle. All right, guys. Ladle is clean. Time to get some of this chicken stock. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to point it down so you can see. Pour it right on in here, okay? There we go. A little extra moisture going on now. See that steam start to rise? There we go. Ah! Let us mourn the piece of sausage we just lost. Anyway, yeah, we're actually probably going to want one more little bowl of that stock. Because while it did do some wonders here, it can do a few more. So I'm going to grab one more bowl of stock, okay? One more, and while I do, I'm going to put a lid on it. Oh, it smells amazing, you guys. And I have to retrieve one final thing, okay? One final thing. Where are the croutons? The croutons are in there already. Come on, Inspa. There is one more thing I need, guys. Not pumpkin pie spice. No, that ain't it. Where'd you go, celery seed? Is it already over here? Is it over here? Can't seem to find it. Okay. I may not be adding it after all. Where in the heck did it go? Ah, here we go. Found it. Celery seed, everybody. Celery seed. We need a little bit of this. So. Oh, yeah. We're pouring in our other bowl of stock here. The arcade-like sound every time I open up the stock pot. That is an Instapot. And every time you open and close it, it makes that noise. So there we go. While we got the other bowl of stock in there, though, we're about to mix it in. But first, we want to add some celery seed, okay? You don't have to add a ton, but a little bit will give you a hint of that celery flavor without actually having to have the celery in here. I know it's not traditional to have celery in stuffing, or maybe it is. I don't know. I know that's one of the things you stuff in your turkey, but I don't usually put it in the stuffing. I usually reserve that for putting in the turkey. So here we go. Oh yeah, there we go. That extra bowl of stock really did it. So this is a little bit more gluey in texture than one of those crispy stuffings, and you can see it. It all kind of comes together close to it, almost like a bread pudding, but a savory, meaty one, which is pretty phenomenal. But here we go. Ow! Okay. It's a little too hot to taste right now. My bad. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take it one step further than we usually do, than we usually did with with Thanksgiving at home with my family. We would usually be pretty much done here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a pan, and we're going to bake some of it in the air fryer to give us a little bit of that crispiness, okay? So we're going to have some of it that's real gluey like this, and we're going to have some of it that's going to get that crisp, okay? So here we go. I'm going to turn off the heat now because it's done. This stuffing is done, okay? But in the meantime, here we go. We're just going to fill up this pan. So we're going to get about half of it is going to get baked. Half of it's going to be as it is, more of a gluey kind of more pudding texture stuffing, as gross and weird as that might sound. Okay. There we go. This is nice and full. I'm going to pop it in my new air fryer. And I'm going to let this go at 400 for about 10 minutes. And there we go, guys. Woo! It's a little warm in this kitchen, but it is smelling fantastic, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this somewhere over here. I'm going to get a little bowl. I'm going to get a little bit of this stuffing. I'm going to taste it for you. I don't have any gravy, but something tells me I'm not going to need it. In the words of Alton Brown, barbecue sauce is what you use to make bad barbecue taste like good barbecue. In other words, good barbecue doesn't need barbecue sauce. In the same vein as that statement, good stuffing doesn't need gravy. But just like with barbecue, I love barbecue sauce to make it a little extra wet on my barbecue. And I love gravy on my stuffing to make it a little extra moist and delicious. So, you know, I'm not going to get that experience today. That's okay, because something tells me this is still going to be amazing. So here we go. Nice, big spatula full of stuffing here, okay? While this one is baking, let's go ahead and give this one a tasting. So here it is, guys. Here's our stuffing. Oh, I wish you could smell it. I really do, because it smells phenomenal. And let's see if we got any comments on Facebook here. Lore, hello, how are you? Good to see you jumped in. Oh my God, looks so good. I'm glad you think so. You know, I'd love to share some. I got plenty. So while we're waiting for the other stuff to bake, we'll taste this one first. And here we go. Oh yeah, nice big pieces of sausage and bacon and apple and all that. And let's get it with the bread and the seasoning. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Mom, that's what I was saying earlier. Doug likes it more moist, kind of gluey. We all just always kind of went along with it because whatever. But some people like it more crispy. Now, if you do like it more crispy, then you skip the step about me adding the broth, okay? Or add not quite as much as I did. But here we go. I need to taste it. It's getting cold. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There it is. That says home, okay? That is home cooking. That little bit of brown sugar really did it. It's not like sweet. It didn't make it sweet. But what it did do was give it a little bit of that mapley flavor. The salt is not overdone, and the accent helps it out. So it's the perfect kind of savory. It's not salty, it's savory, and the perfect kind of savory. The chicken fat really added to it along with that chicken stock. It gave you that poultry flavor in here. Oh my gosh. Oh. Sinclair, I'm salivating all over my desk. Nice. And then you got the tasty little bits of bacon and sausage and the cranberries and the raisins. They're just like extra little morsels of flavor that just kind of burst in your mouth when you get that bite. So here's one with several cranberries here. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. And I'll tell you, that touch of tarragon doesn't make it taste like licorice. We didn't have that much, but just that touch of tarragon really makes a difference. Also, the celery seed. Celery seed, you know, I'm not a huge fan of celery, but I love celery seed. It has a, just got to try it, I guess. So we got enough black pepper that it's not like real spicy or making us choke. It just gives it a nice little bite. And, oh, of course that garlic is coming through. Just a perfect blend of seasonings and spices here, guys. It's fantastic. It's a perfect stuffing / dressing, whatever you want to call it. Got about 5 more minutes in here. I'm going to turn the computer so you can see this thing. It's pretty big. This is my new air fryer, guys. Say hello. His name is Demetrius. And it's an 11.6 quart air fryer, which is almost 3 gallons. I don't think it actually holds that much, but you know, it is what it is. And I've made some good stuff in it. Earlier tonight, I made a rotisserie chicken. Turned out amazing. Boston Market, eat your heart out, for real. It was to die for. I've also, cooked sausage in here. I made a bagel pizza this morning. F yeah. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, not too much longer in here. Like I said, we're giving it 10 minutes at 400 degrees. That should give us a nice little crisp on top. If not, well, it's all good. But might as well see it just to see. In the meantime, let's hang out until it's ready. What's up, guys? I'm just eating stuffing. How about you? What are you up to? So, recap. This week, I will be making turkey. And for my turkey, I will be making a turkey bomb, which the only hint I'm giving you, it's a roulade. If you know what a roulade is, cool. If you don't, cool. You're going to get a pleasant surprise. It's going to be delicious. I'm also going to make gravy. And I'm probably also going to show you how to butcher a turkey. Now, I have deboned a turkey breast before, but I've never butchered a whole turkey. So this will be a fun experience to do with you. That's kind of the point of my show. To show you, I'm just some guy who cooks. I'm not a professional chef. Some things I've never done before. And it's just a way of showing you that anyone can do it, even someone who never has. So one of the episodes this week is probably going to be butchering a turkey. Yeah. And then for making the gravy, I'm actually going on vacation this week. So I may do the gravy as a live video. So, hey, potential live video during the week, probably on Thanksgiving. So, Grey Wolf, when did you develop your passion for cooking? Okay, so growing up, older brothers were in the kitchen a lot with mom, and I was a little bit jealous. I wanted to try doing it too. I wanted some of that kitchen praise. And so I would help out a little bit here and there. So anyway, yeah, that. And eventually, come high school and early college, I started branching out and becoming a little bit more adventurous and coming up with my own recipes and doing stuff like that. To which, my mom was happy to help out and give me tips. My mom's the one who taught me what a roux is, and now I'm a master of roux. You will rue the day. I don't have a finisher for that little quote I was just doing, but, whatever. Anyway, yeah. In high school and early college was when I started to branch out and started to really try my hand at really cooking. But leading up until then, I was always, happy. I always volunteered to season the meat for taco night. I love doing that, and that's kind of my biggest start was seasoning tacos. So, or seasoning the meat for making lasagna or burgers or whatever. I always did that. Eventually, when I did move out on my own, then I really was able to jump into it and do my own thing. And I started just going absolutely hog wild. I've made a lot of really wacky stuff, a lot of really complicated stuff. I once tried my hand at making a swine apple. It was delicious, and I might have to do that again for you guys sometime. If you've never heard of the swine apple, you take a pineapple, you peel it, you core it, so you've got a hollowed out pineapple, right? Then you stuff it with smoked sausage and smoked pulled pork. Whew. Then you wrap it in a bacon weave that you then cover in brown sugar and grill. Oh boy. That's a whole lot of delicious in one place. It is something else. You hear that beep? That means this stuffing is dunning. So let's open this bad boy up. Oh yeah. Whoa. Okay. I wasn't watching it. 10 minutes was a little too long. And I'll show you. Well, actually, no. It wasn't. A little bit too long. Just a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of burn. Not too much, but a little bit on some of this outside bits here. A little bit. But that's okay. It's going to be like a caramelization more than anything. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this really, really hot pan down on the cutting board. And I'm going to scoop myself out a nice little serving of baked stuffing. So it's going to have more crisp. And I'll take some of this burny stuff so I can taste it and prove to you guys that it's not burnt tasting. It's going to be caramelized. Caramelized is a very nice way of saying burnt. But anyway, oh yeah. Look at that steam, guys. Look at that steam. It's so hot I'll burn myself if I eat it. Almost as much as, you know, the little oven here burnt the stuffing. Anyway, I'll stop making fun of my stuffing because, no, it's not burnt. Look at that. It looks amazing. There's a little bit of crispy on top, and I'm excited. I just need to cool it down because otherwise it will burn me. Oh, well. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. We still got some of that ooey gooey goodness, but we've also got a nice crispy top. So yeah, there we go. That's the way to do it, guys. And that's a good compromise for if you have people who like it two different ways. Because you still got the gooey stuff underneath and you got the crunch on top. It's delightful. And it does not taste burned in any way. I'm not just saying that. Anyway, guys, this has been fun. It's been delicious. Pretty sure you've enjoyed yourself too. And I really look forward to more of these because I really enjoy doing this with you guys. So keep watching, keep sharing, subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you haven't already. Once again, share it with your friends if you haven't already. Hit that little bell so you're getting notifications whenever I do stuff. And of course, leave as many comments as you wish. Whatever you want to say. And I will be glad to respond when I can. Anyway, guys, much love. I appreciate all of you being here. And I will see you next time. I am some guy who cooks. And I hope you decide to cook as well. I hope you cook. I hope you cook, yeah. You like my repurposing of the song, everybody? I think you do. I think you do. Take it easy, take it easy, everybody. Yes, end.